That's true.
Anyway,
Yeah.
hi everybody, ladies and gents, men, women, children of all ages, from all locales, of all backgrounds. Welcome to
To this
tonight's
week in
edition.
to this week's edition of responsive web usage.
Did you see my title
I
for
did,
the?
yeah, what I love is I saw just WA and I already knew, and I was super close.
So what did I write? The Warren Commission hates Fortnite. Let's play. Isn't that what I
Yes,
wrote?
it is. Yes,
So what did you think it was?
the Warren. I knew it was Warren Commission, and I knew it was going to have the Fortnite hook to it too. I didn't know hates, but that's on brand, so I like it.
What do you think happened to Kennedy? Do you think it's largely what the official story says?
No, I don't think it's the official story, but I don't think it's as big as the conspiracies want it to be. Because I do believe that it's human nature to want to make big moments feel like they have to have big stories behind them. I
Yeah.
do think there was some kind of conspiracy to it. It's just we don't know what the conspiracy was, and that's kind of my point in all things conspiracy level is that we tend to overinflate the mundane and then undervalue the big moments of problem.
I used to be obsessed with the Kennedy assassination, as I'm pretty sure I've said. And by the way, I'm sick, everybody, so I'm doing my best. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best.
You know, Michael, we're not going to be able to have this. I need you to be in tip-top shape.
So, I mean, I went as far as going to Dallas and going on the JFK assassination tour. I was obsessed
I'd
with
love to
it
do that.
on a certain level. And I think I need to bump my preamp a few clicks here. I'm
You
just
sounded
not
a little sickly there on your preamp usage.
I'm just not projecting the way I normally would, so I need the help. I was a little obsessed with it, one could say, for quite a while. And then as time went on, all the different little theories, all the little things that were accepted as fact. Oswald couldn't have gotten down to the second floor to talk to the police officer in time without being winded. Nobody could have made the shot. Badge Man can be seen firing at the exact moment the Mary Mormon photo across the street was taken. Oh, nobody could make that shot, let alone improve upon it. The bullet would have to have turned in midair in order to strike Governor Connolly. Every single one of those things has been disproven. Every single one of them. And all of these things that over the years I used to hang my hat on as a conspiracy believer, at least as it relates to JFK, every one of them were just chipped away at over the years. And then I read Reclaiming History by Vincent Bugliosi, which, if you're going to read that, you need to set some time aside because it's about a 16, 17, 1800 page book. And he just grinds away at each one of the every aspect of what people would consider mainstream conspiracy theory as it relates to JFK. He just grinds every one of the primary almost axiomatic elements of the JFK conspiracy that people have just accepted as fact over the years. And I'm to the point, as time has gone on and having come to the conclusions I've come to, I think that what happened to JFK that day is pretty much in the Warren report.
You don't think that? So I guess you don't think there's anything weird that happened?
Well, there's definitely weird stuff that happened, but you could never have an event like this accompanied with, 65, 64, 63 years of retrospect that's not going to have weird things.
Yeah, okay,
I mean,
that's a great
just
point, 'cause
impossible.
every random needle drop moment in history is
Right.
going to have some level of weirdness to it, right? That's just how humanity is so connected. So I agree with you there. But do you think there? So I guess help me here. What is the general summary of what the Warren Commission and Warren Report came out with?
Well, it's the foundation of it is that Oswald acted alone and fired on Kennedy from the 6th floor of the school book depository immediately made his way downstairs to the second floor, met up with a police officer who noted that Oswald wasn't winded, left. Oh, by the way, fired from the sixth floor of the schoolbook depository using a Mannlicher Carcano, which is kind of a cheap Italian rifle, but it was used by militaries. It's like a lot of people think it was just an absolute bullcrap weapon that was a terrible gun. Well, in fact, it was used by militaries. I think the Italian military and others used this weapon in official capacities, exactly the one that Oswald ordered from a magazine. Anyway, I'm gonna wind up getting myself on these tangents.
Well,
But
yeah, I mean, I'm interested because it kind of goes back to, I mean, you're helping solidify my point of view here on it, which is the conspiracy is typically what happens after the big moment, not the majority of the events leading up to it. It's how do you extract value out of if you're a person who is in the power game, what you do afterwards is where conspiracy really kicks in.
And it's a known fact that just a short time prior to the Kennedy assassination, that Oswald did fire on. His name was General Edwin Walker. He was a sort of firebrand, separatist, racial separatist, and he was like the I don't know. I have a hard time thinking of anybody to compare him to because times were so different back then. But he was essentially an ultra right winger. He was, I think he was the head of the John Birch Society. Is that right?
I don't know. I don't know that deep into it, but Juan the Cannibal says you got a nice voice. I just wanted you to hear that.
Well, thank you, but it's not as nice as you think it is. It's just I'm sick, and it makes me sound more dulcet. But it's a known fact that he fired on that guy. He fired through the dude's window into his house as he was in his kitchen or his living room. Marina Oswald testified to this. It was a known fact. I think
so Oswald fired on this guy at some point.
Yes,
before?
Just shortly before the Kennedy assassination. Yes, so he was already. I mean, that is an established fact. There's just a wealth of evidence, and it's demonstrable, irrefutable. Oswald fired at that guy. What did you say? What was the point
for him to do that? Yeah, do we know what his motivation was?
I don't know. Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to read people's minds, and I don't know that that's ever been truly established, unless you want to go ultra mainstream belief when it comes to Oswald and say, well, Oswald was hardened communist, freshly returned from the Soviet Union, and this Edwin Walker was the exact antithesis of what Oswald's ideology had him believing. And maybe Oswald felt like a nothing and wanted to be a something. He was participating in quote unquote revolutionary activities. I mean, but I don't think anybody really knows what his motivations were. Maybe he was being controlled by someone. Maybe he was, I don't know, maybe he was under some sort of government control or the control of some other external force. Nobody's ever going to know. Maybe he wasn't under anybody's control. Maybe he was just a fucked up guy. I mean, that's a simple explanation. Right, yeah. Has anybody considered, why do we always assume that rationality has to be applied to the actions of everyone?
Right.
Some people are irrational. Some people are fucked up people that do things you can't process.
A rational person can act irrationally, like it's all situational. Yes. So like
even a rational person can,
yeah. Okay, let's jump ahead some, like after that moment. Like, what was the deal with, again, I don't know all the names, the dude who shot him on his way to the courthouse?
Jack Ruby.
Ruby, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Jack Ruby was he was a nightclub owner. He had a really tight association with the Dallas Police Department. He used to regularly bring food to them at the police station. He would give them passes to be able to get into his titty bars and have a good time. He was just very well known by the police. He was very well liked by the police, and he was a huge fan of JFK. And that's not just Warren Commission propaganda. This has been attested to by multiple family members of Jack Ruby. It's been attested to by people who weren't in his family but knew him either as acquaintances just in the Dallas area or people who are customers of his or business associates. He was a huge fan of JFK. And when JFK was shot, and it happened in his town, and he had access to the person who shot this man that he admired, and he had the opportunity. So we've got motive there, or at least alleged motive, if you are willing to believe that. I do believe it. He had the motive through his admiration of JFK and his obvious, on the inverse, hatred of anybody who would do that. And he had the opportunity because of his closeness to the Dallas PD. He was able to get into that walkway, that rampway that goes down into the basement, and do what he did. He was actually, he was in the Dallas Police Department in close proximity to Oswald even before he was shot while being transported. When Oswald was shot, he was being transported from the Dallas Police Department to another place to be held. I think he was being transferred to the county is what was happening. That's why they were transferring him, if I recall correctly. But prior to that incident, a day or two before, maybe just 12 hours before, I don't recall, there was a press conference in which something that would be unprecedented today, like, you know, how the guy that shot Charlie Kirk, you don't hear anything about him. You don't get any information about him. You don't get any access to his social media. You don't get to hear interviews of him. You get nothing. The guy who fired at Trump and shot him in the ear, you don't get any access to his social media. You don't get interviews with him. You don't get to know anything about him. You don't get to hear his point of view. He's removed as a person. Well,
that's an interesting thing to come back to when you're
contrast that with the Dallas Police Department allowing the alleged assassin of the president who blasted his head off in midday sunlight in front of an entire crowd of hundreds of people to stand in front of a microphone at a podium and answer questions of the press. Like, the juxtaposition then versus now, that's just so not how things would be handled today.
Right.
Oh, so anyway, during that press conference, when Oswald was answering those questions, Jack Ruby can be seen standing in the background with the press. So maybe kind of scoping Oswald out, kind of hunting him, kind of mapping his next moves. And Jack Ruby was so familiar to the Dallas Police Department that when he was in that basement, when they were transferring Oswald, none of the officers there thought anything strangely of it. He was such a routine presence at the Dallas PD. It would be like, well, I don't need to liken it to anything. Everybody understands. He was just a regular presence there. There was nothing abnormal about him being there. And what happened.
Yeah.
He shot the guy. And then he went to jail where countless people had access to him and could ask him questions and talk to him if they wanted to. And then he went through a trial where he could have said anything he wanted to in front of a room full of people. Yet the entire transcripts of Jack Ruby's trial after his shooting of Oswald are available to anybody that wants to read them. There's nothing indicating that he acted out of compulsion by any external force or the mafia or the CIA or any of that. None of it. Despite the fact that Jack Ruby is alleged to have had mafia ties, but Jack Ruby was a klutz. He wasn't someone that the mafia would ever have trusted with anything sensitive. He was not a go-to guy. He was a titty bar owner and a klutz, and he wasn't particularly bright. He's not someone that the mafia, I mean, imagine the ridiculousness of this. If you understand Jack Ruby, his personality and what his capabilities were, which were not much, he was a pretty limited person. And his personality in a lot of ways reflected that. You do not, as the mafia, in the course of cleaning up house after the assassination of the effing president of the United States, send Jack Ruby down to get business taken care of. That's just not what you do.
Yeah.
It's absurd. The notion is just ridiculous on its face, but it requires that you do a little reading about Jack Ruby and maybe get a little understanding of what he was like as a person. He's not someone that would have been trusted with that. And then there's Officer Tippett. Shortly after Oswald went home, he got his gun, and he was walking down. He was walking down the street, and he got stopped by Officer J.D. Tippett because he matched the description of the suspect. I don't recall
I didn't
how
realize that. I thought it was just a totally random.
No,
but it actually was connected. Okay. I mean,
yeah.
I remember some of the conspiracy stories. I don't know all the details.
Yeah,
like the real details.
He matched the description of the suspect, and I don't remember how the description was established. That's something
with a gun running down the street. No.
Well, the description of the person who shot Kennedy, because that person was not seen running down the street with a gun. That person was hidden from view. Largely, although here's another thing people don't realize. There were witnesses who saw Oswald in that window and identified him to police after the shooting occurred. A lot of people think that just nobody ever saw anything that happened in that window. Nobody ever laid an eye on it. And then suddenly, boom, birds scatter off the rooftop of the building as a shot rings out. And that's not at all it. There were plenty of people who saw him, some of whom saw him well enough that after the assassination, they were able to tell police, that is the man I saw in the 6th floor of the school book depository. As the shots were being fired, there were a group of 2 or 3 guys on the 5th floor immediately under that window. So same window, 1 floor down, who were watching the motorcade, who heard the shells as the gun was firing, falling onto the hard floor above them. It's just the older I get, the more of this I get exposed to, the more I'm convinced that Oswald did it and did it alone. A couple years after Oswald shot him, a sharpshooter used Oswald's actual Mannlicher Carcano and improved on the shot that Oswald pulled off. And another thing, people say Oswald was a terrible shot. He was ranked as a sharpshooter in the military. Go ahead.
Was that a show like that was on like the History Channel or something where the guy did that shot years later?
There've probably been a few different shows like that.
So, okay, like what about the grassy knoll thing? Because I'm more with you than not. I think that it's just because I mean I don't know. I'm just going to be straight up and say I'm always open to hear the stories, but some of the problems that I have, and I want to go back to the grassy knoll in just a moment, but I'll just go ahead and give my disclaimer here that first off, when it comes to human memory, especially memory of a heightened senses moment like that, is known scientifically to be very fallible. You can have someone who is directly attacked or robbed and then bring them into a police station lineup to pick out the person who was directly in front of them, and they'll fail more often than they'll get it right about picking out the person, because our memories are fluid. They're not snapshots in time like we think they are. We experience them as snapshots or quick clips in our brain, but it's a very fallible system. So I just want to put that out there. So I don't 100% trust human memory when it comes to dealing with heightened senses moments. So there's that. Then second, I go back to what I said earlier, that I think the bigger the moment in the hearts of people, the more they have to make the circumstances of the destruction of that experience, they have to make it mean more. And sometimes they do. Sometimes everything lines up and it's very public and we get it. But in situations like the Kennedy assassination, I think we could go down a whole list of things, and there's, very timely with what's going on with Epstein now, because I think there's an echo of this, that we're never going to what we emotionally want to assign to it so that we can square it is never going to be met. Like there's just an equation that we have missing data for. So when we fill in the blanks to it, we don't fill it out with a realistic number. We end up having to put something into it that raises the whatever happened to what we think should be to meet it. Like I'm going to use the analogy of the Super Bowl. Like when the Super Bowl is an amazing game that comes down to the last 2 minutes of the game, we remember those Super Bowls. When a team blows out the other side of it, we forget those because the experience didn't match the expectation. Kennedy's assassination, going down the line, the moon landing is in there. Lincoln's assassination, which of course we didn't see and we weren't a part of when that was built out, but I'm sure it has its conspiracies today, like I'm sure it did back then. There's so many moments in time. 9/11, all of these, my theory is that majority of the time, the real conspiracy, if there is any, and I don't mean conspiracy theory, I mean people actually conspiring to affect the outcome of events, is always what happens afterwards when people recognize that temporary moment of a vacuum. And there's something to be taken or a shift in the winds that can happen. That's my big disclaimer of where my general point of view is, but I'm open to hear any story, and I expect that I could be wrong about details on that. That's a very generalized approach to apply to these. I want to jump back to the grassy knoll now. Help me understand all the stories I've heard about that and what you feel the reality of it is.
Well, I don't think anything happened at the grassy knoll. I mean, if you stand in Dealey Plaza, you are surrounded by buildings and structures and uneven terrain. And acoustically, it's a very complex environment. And so, whatever direction it is, people would say they heard a sound come from. In the course of an event like that, it couldn't be depended upon. It couldn't be trusted. It would
Same
be
idea, the fallible memory, fallible.
Well, it's not even a memory issue.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Your audio,
like a
your audio
literal.
experience.
It's
Auditory.
yeah. Your senses have betrayed you, or
Right.
your environment has betrayed your senses' ability to detect reality. Because it's just such an acoustically complex environment where whichever direction anybody said they heard a shot come from couldn't necessarily be trusted. Although there were witnesses who did see the rifle sticking out of the window and fire. So demonstrably and more reasonably and credibly, that is the location that the shots were fired from. Not to mention the fact that a rifle was found at that window, and it was established to be a rifle that was ordered by and paid for by someone who worked in that building. The only
No, wait,
really
what do you mean by that?
well, it's proven that Oswald ordered that specific rifle from a magazine.
Okay.
So the only reason that any well, I can't say the only reason, but the primary reason that the grassy knoll would come up in this discussion is the discussion of a second shooter, or just to dispute altogether the location that the shots were fired from. And the primary reason, there are three reasons. One, the Zapruder film. Two, eyewitnesses claiming they heard a shot from the grassy knoll and running up to it. And three, someone claiming that they saw a puff of smoke as the shots rang out coming from the grassy knoll.
Which
Well,
again,
again,
could have been anything, right? It could have been a car. It could have been someone smoking.
could have been anything.
Right.
You know, back in those days, a lot of people smoked cigars.
Right.
Shit, who knows? It maybe could have been that. But the people running up, complex acoustic environment. People saying they saw a puff of smoke. Well, I would refer you to the Merriam-Webster photo taken across the street from the motorcade opposite the Zapruder film that everyone famously has seen. A photo taken by a woman named Mary Mormon on exactly the opposite side of the street. The shutter flashed at the exact millisecond. I just like the likelihood of this photo existing is just wild.
I feel like
It's
we need a 10-part
astronomically
series on this.
unlikely.
I think we need to deep dive your understanding of this.
It's just astronomically unlikely that this photo should even exist.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the same thing happened with Trump. There's those shots that show the bullet going right past him, like the one that missed him.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me what gets
with today's
captured in-
tech, I'm not so surprised by that.
Yeah, but it's not just the tech. I mean, you have so many, but it's the type of camera that was focused on him at the right time. It wasn't like the broadcast feed cameras picked that up. They wouldn't have.
So,
anyway, yeah, going back to
the 3 points on the grassy knoll, the people running up, complex acoustics. Someone claims they saw a puff of smoke. The Mary Mormon photo taken at the exact moment Kennedy's head explodes, if zoomed in on with extreme, we're talking incredible factors of zoom to see this on this photo.
I would not want that job, of having to look at that kind of stuff.
Well, these aren't really even people who are probably employed half the time.
That's true.
Who found this stuff? These are the equivalent of UFO researchers. It just happens to be in this domain. But if you zoom in on a particular spot in that photo, you'll see what came to be known as Badge Man. Go ahead and do a Google image search for grassy knoll Badge Man, and you'll see it right away. And it's what appears to be a police officer firing a rifle with the rifle pointed directly at the camera almost, with a puff coming out of the end of the rifle at the exact moment that the photo was taken. Well, it's, what do they call that? Pareidolia, where you see Abe Lincoln's head in the clouds.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yep.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah. Pareidolia.
I think that's exactly what that is, because a few years after that was discovered, it was either an engineer or an architect, someone who's good at angles. I'm sorry, I'm sick. My sinuses aren't working correctly.
I don't
this
know.
Guy,
I like that. Yeah.
This guy did all the triangulation and found that in order for that to have been a real person firing right there as that photo was taken, since we know Mary Mormon's position that day because she can be seen in the Zapruder film taking the picture from the opposite side of the street. We know her position. We know where Badge Man would allegedly have been. And it was determined that for him to have actually existed, he would have to have been about 20 feet behind the fence there at the grassy knoll and elevated into the air about 15 to 18 feet. So, I mean, like, he would have to have grabbed like a mobile wheeled set of stairs like somebody would use at Home Depot to get some 2x4s down for you. He would have had to roll that thing into that parking lot there behind the grassy knoll and step up on it like he's getting onto a Airbus and fire at the president from that. Way to be inconspicuous. That is just the most absurd. So that is gone. That's another thing that, as a person formerly obsessed with the Kennedy assassination, I used to really point to and say, there it is.
I'm looking at this now.
What?
I'm looking. I think I'm looking at it now.
You'll know it when you see it.
So there's basically a guy on top of like a fence thing, whatever this is, like a concrete structure with bushes. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, for that to be a real person, he would have to have been 20 feet behind the fence and about 15 feet in the air. That couldn't have been. It just couldn't have.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, so if what I'm looking at is right, the other problem with this is that the the tree is just perfectly set up for what you just described, for a human brain to do the one thing that it was designed to do, which is pattern match.
That's exactly what that is. And imagine how extensively and for how many hours and days somebody must have pored over that photo to discover that. I mean, just and another thing with the grassy knoll is in the Zapruder film, Kennedy's head allegedly getting flung back despite the fact that he was shot allegedly from the rear. You would expect that makes no sense. His head should have flown forward. Well, if you actually look at this, what?
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
If you actually look at the Zapruder film, at the exact instant Kennedy's head is shot, it actually does go forward for one frame. And this is measurable. I don't remember how far it went forward, but based on the footage, every bit of a centimeter, it was either a matter of a couple centimeters or a couple inches. I don't know. But the initial impact does have Kennedy's head going forward.
Isn't he in a moving car too, though?
Yeah.
So, like, at that point, you should,
but not very quick, not moving very fast though.
But
because
a gunshot just went off. It couldn't, like. So I'm talking.
Well, just prior to his head, just prior to his head exploding, a prior shot had rung out while he was behind. His vehicle is behind the road sign in the Zapruder film. While he's behind that sign, oh my God, help me, please, Lord Jesus. While he was behind that sign, the first shot struck him in the back of his neck, and it came out his throat. And
you have the governor also, right, in the passenger seat in front.
That's the shot that hit Governor Connolly. Yeah. It went. He was turned to his right. Governor. Okay, man, there's so much really to say here.
Yeah, to close that out, I mean, like, when the driver sees this or is just
let me go. Let me go back. Yep. Okay, so when Kennedy's head explodes in the video,
hold on just a second. Sorry, we're 30 minutes into this, and like it's been fun watching the numbers drop the longer we go, which is fine because I like this conversation.
That's okay.
But what I want to just. I've never watched that before. It's just funny. But I want to just put out there for anyone who is watching right now, whether you're on TikTok or on YouTube with our Spec Sheet channel. If you want to give us a call, our call-in number is 573-245-3867. That's 573-245-3867. It's scrolling at the bottom of the stream, so you'll see it there. But you can also go to our website, specsheet.tech, and from there, when you click the button that says how to watch, you'll see links to our YouTube channel, or buttons for the YouTube channel and our TikTok. But right under that, there's a call in with that same phone number. And then there's a button also that you can use your browser to call. And this is when you've heard us in the past talk about callme.rode.com. That button, if it works correctly, and I'm hoping somebody clicks on it today to test that, you will be brought to a page with Rode.com where you can click a link and call right in straight to my Rodecaster Duo and in crystal clear audio talk to us. So you have two choices. Call in by phone if you want to, or you can call in from your browser. We want to hear your theories on anything related to the Kennedy assassination, the Warren Commission, and the report that came from that. If you want to call BS on anything that Michael said, he'd love to debate you on it, and I'll sit here and be an independent voice.
Wow, listen how you just volunteered me.
I did.
No consultation, just he would love to battle with you.
I know you. I know you would. You know this. So anyway, give us a call. We would love to have this be interactive with you. We will be playing some Fortnite here in just a moment, but keep it going. Sorry. I know you were getting ready.
So we were talking about the grassy knoll. If you're talking about the grassy knoll, obviously you also have to talk about the direction that Kennedy's head got flung when he was shot. People say if it was from the back, his head should have flung violently forward. Well, again, when you look at the Zapruder film, at the exact instant Kennedy's head is hit, it does fly forward ever so slightly, and then immediately after that is the violent reaction backward. Two reasons. One is Kennedy was wearing a back brace. He had worn a back brace for many years because he had problems. I don't remember what his disease was, but he was a very sick man. If Kennedy hadn't, I don't think he did.
Okay.
I don't remember what the name of his disease was, but he had to have pills stored all over the country, ready for him at a moment's notice. Every location he
Addison's
was known to
disease.
go had to have what is it?
Well, okay, so he had several. So I guess he Addison's disease. He had back and
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay,
And what
and that's
Addison's
what you're talking
disease?
about. Yeah,
What
his
is that?
father kept. It's a hormonal disorder which affects the adrenal glands, causing fatigue, digestive problems, and low blood pressure. It was a life-threatening condition, and his father kept medication in safe deposit boxes across the country in case he ran out. That's from Google's AI overview.
Okay. Ask why he was wearing the back brace.
All right.
And for how many years? He being President JFK.
Oh, man, it already was filling it in for me. JFK wore a back brace because he suffered from chronic and severe back pain, which was the result of injuries sustained during a 1937 football accident and exacerbated by his service in World War II, particularly the sinking of his PT 109 boat in 1943. He wore the brace under his suits to support his spine and enabled him to stand and perform public duties, hiding the extent of his pain and physical weakness from the public. And it was a medical necessity that he relied on throughout his presidency. And some experts believe it kept him upright after the first shot of the assassination, allowing the fatal second bullet to strike.
So yeah, that's actually that's right. When you see Kennedy come out from behind the sign and he's already been shot in the throat, he's been shot in the neck, and the bullet exited his throat, went into Governor Connolly. He's grabbing at his throat, but his body is up, and he's slowly starting to slump over to his left, but his upper torso is oddly rigid. Well, that's why.
I didn't know that.
So when he gets into position for the headshot happens. And again, if you go look closely at the Zapruder film, anyone can go do this. There are pristine reproductions of the Zapruder film on YouTube. They are upscaled in 4K at 60 frames per second. They look beautiful. It's never been a better time for watching the Zapruder film than now. So you can go watch the Zapruder film yourself, and at the precise moment Kennedy's head gets shot, there is actually an ever so slight lurch forward, and then the reaction backward. One, the brace. Number two, the reaction of his nervous system. When the nervous system is imperiled in a really traumatic way, there's a sudden, in some, if not many instances, a sudden reaction, a tightening of all the muscles.
Mm-hmm. Well, that happens when you have a concussion. Like you start to you go rigid, and there's a certain like in football. Well, I forget the name of it, but there's a certain type of reaction to a severe head injury that makes your hands move in a specific way and makes your body rigid. Anyway, keep going.
So that explains the head direction. And while you're talking about that, to back up, we have to address the magic bullet, which, if you've watched the movie JFK, the allegation pertaining to the magic bullet is thoroughly explained in the courtroom scene in that movie. Have you seen that, Curtis?
It's been a long time. I did watch it, but yeah. I dip into the world of these when I listen to someone tell the story, but I've never absorbed it into my bones, if you know what I mean.
Well, the allegation behind the magic bullet is the bullet exited Kennedy's throat. It entered the back of his neck, exited his throat, and then it stopped in midair, turned to the right, and then went forward again and struck Governor Connolly in the back. I guess it would have been in his toward the rightward side of his back. Exited his chest. I think maybe turned while it was inside him. It was just all this craziness, okay? Mm-hmm. And what that assumes is that Governor Connolly, who was sitting in front of Kennedy in the car, That assumes that the seat he was on was at the same height as Kennedy and directly in front of Kennedy. Well, guess what? It wasn't. Governor Connolly was sitting in a jump seat. It wasn't a proper, normal, permanently affixed seat like Kennedy was sitting in. So the seat Governor Connolly was in, it was lower than the seat Kennedy was in. So you have to visualize this.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, visualize where the shot is coming from. The shot is coming from behind Kennedy and to Kennedy's right. So this sort of diagonal trajectory of this bullet coming in from Kennedy's rear right, basically be like Kennedy's 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So if Governor Connolly is sitting lower than Kennedy and he's not right in front of Kennedy either, he's inset toward the center of the car. So now it lines up. This diagonal bullet coming in from Kennedy's 5 o'clock diagonally through Kennedy's directly to Connolly's side. I mean, it like there's a very fantastic video that animates all of this on YouTube. If you just look up magic bullet animation, I think you'll find it. Everything was 3D modeled, and the actual path of the bullet was projected down onto the car. And by the way, when you go to Dealey Plaza, there's an X on the concrete to show you the exact spot Kennedy was
That's
at
wild.
when his head exploded. I mean, you can go stand on the X, as I did.
Did it feel weird? 'Cause, like, do those places, they hold the memory based on your feeling of it as you stood there? Did you feel uncomfortable? Like, what was your sensations?
I felt like it was oddly smaller than I imagined it.
We've talked about that before. Like, these moments that are connected to just history are always smaller than you think they're going to be.
Yeah.
Like when I went to
the
Alamo,
grandeur of the event is not proportionate to the locale.
Yeah. Like the Alamo is always a story that I've been fascinated with. And so it's held, it's just an interesting moment in history.
No, I mean, I know what you're going to say. It's a little tiny dump.
It is. Yeah. It's nothing at all what you expect. Like I went there thinking, okay, this was like a turning point in the history of that region and the country, or what would become that part of the country. And yeah, you get there and it's so small, it's so beaten up. It is not the way it's portrayed at all.
The grandeur of the event is disproportionate to the locale, to the location.
Which goes back to what bugs me again, and I'm going to harp on it like for the third time here, is that conspiracy and conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory is what we build up to justify making things square, when the conspiracy is what people actually do most of the times afterwards. But for some reason, we feel like we got to make it big, building up to it. And actually, I want to just tie into something like timely for us. Have you followed? This is going to feel like a complete tangent, but I promise you it's not. Have you been following anything of the stories of that extra solar thing, that 3i Atlas, like comet or whatever, that wasn't from our solar system?
I've seen mentions of it, but it just looks like a waste of my time to pay any attention to, so I don't.
Yeah, so like it's interesting from like a celestial point of view that we have such better resources out there to monitor the skies, science is happening. That's all cool. But there's a whole story about how this, has to be, it's under its own control. That's got to be, aliens basically. And I saw this video where someone was talking about its path into our solar system. It's on a specific plane that shows intention. And I'm like, anyone who doesn't take the time to think about it, and I'd already heard someone else bring up a point similar from a scientific point of view before, so I was ready for it when I heard it in this person's video, used as proof of the fantastic. But anyway, our solar system is in our it's space, everything is governed by physics and gravity. So things line up in planes on purpose. That's what happens when you have a huge star and planets surrounding it, is that you create planes and they line up over, a long period of time. Gravity syncs things up to a certain extent. So to say that it coming in from a specific plane that implies intention means you're actually acknowledging that gravity does what it's supposed to. But someone can use that as a point to prove to them and someone else, that's not thinking the next step deeper. Oh yeah, that's got to be extraterrestrial, and it's got to be powered. And I think the same thing happens with what you just described with the positions of them and where they were sitting. Something in a vacuum or separated out from the bigger story looks like a magic bullet when in reality it's the positions that they were and where their bodies and arm and leg were and the twisting that they had. All of that starts to line up to be, okay, well, that's not what I would expect. But when you line it up, it's like, oh, okay, that's a very normal thing. It's like those pictures you see where somebody looks like I don't know, like their arm got cut off or two bodies got stitched together. And it's just the weird angle of where a photo got taken can make your mind perceive something totally different than what was really in front of it, which could take me down the route of talking about the dangers of AI, but I'll skip that for now because it's not relevant.
Well, I think my biggest recommendation for anybody listening to this is to go read Reclaiming History by Vincent Bugliosi. Particularly if you have never allowed yourself to be exposed to opposing points of view on this. I know people who believe in the Kennedy assassination and refuse to talk with me about any of this. They won't even talk to me, and they are ardent followers of the case because they're like borderline obsessed with it, and they don't want to talk to me about it because they just have chosen not to expose themselves to any opposing thinking on this matter. But if you've never really dove into something that opposes what you've accepted as truth on the JFK assassination for the last however many decades that you've believed whatever you believe, Reclaiming History is worth your time. It's written by somebody credible and knowledgeable. And Vincent Bugliosi was the prosecutor. Was the prosecutor in the Manson murder. Now, as a person, he had a little bit of a colorful personal life, but
I would just point out that book and the writing of it and then the release of it is all managed by the same massive machine. So to be devil's advocate here, there is no book that you're going to read that is not on some target. You know what I mean? Like it's part of a propagandist plan, but so I just caution that you're not ever going to get something that's completely biased, or like when you throw that book out, there is a level of belief on your part too that it's a totally credible accounting of everything that happened. And unfortunately,
well, credible and truthful are not the same.
I agree. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. So like if it's credible to you, that doesn't prove that it's truthful. And
not at all.
Anything that gets written, you need to, I don't want to say take with a grain of salt because that's dismissing valid points, but it's gone through a system is what I'm saying. Like
the book does not try to woo you into a vibe. It lays out facts and evidence, all of which are unambiguous and can either be proven or disproven. Mm-hmm. So read the book, do that with the information that it presents you, make up your own mind. But I think most people who follow the JFK assassination closely have exposed themselves to very little opposing point of view. I know when I followed it intensely and believed entirely in it, I didn't expose myself to very many dissenting points of view.
Well, it's a very mature way of doing that, of looking into anything. And it's hard to do in the beginning. Like it's something you gotta, with any idea that captures your attention like it could, like it's hard to go into something that's captured your attention and start with a skeptical point of view, unless you've trained yourself to be skeptical. And there's a reverse negativity to that too, that going into everything skeptical means you're going to miss some of the fun parts of, life. Like the unexplained sometimes it doesn't need to be explained. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to know all the details of, afterlife encounters and all of that. There's some benefit to not knowing. In the chat, we had someone say, imagine somebody wrote a book about the history of Bell Gab. I think that's something that should be written.
I think it would be an interesting story.
You should write that, Shin. Not sure what the
It would be difficult to write.
Oh, it'd be such a winding story, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't really know which thread to follow through.
Yeah.
For the purpose of storytelling.
I mean, unfortunately, so I guess not unfortunate, but unfortunate in terms of like being able to tell the wide ranging story. You pretty much have to center it around Bell Gab or about Art Bell, because that's the biggest picture story, is how that that forum changed the course of that guy's last chapter.
I would like to know why I don't have any game audio.
Are you
coming into my mix? No.
Okay. I don't know. And remember, call in to, if you want to go to our website, specsheet.tech, then you'll find buttons on it to call in directly, or I'm going to jump into this ring of nuclear fallout. Is that going to hurt me?
This is interesting. I don't understand this.
But yeah, go to specsheet.tech, and from there you can click the link to call in, or you can use your browser. You call in from your phone, or you can use your browser and go to or click that button, and it'll take you to road.com, and from there you'll be able to call in from your browser and have crystal clear audio in conversation with us. Oh, weird. There's no low gravity. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I have no idea why my game audio is not coming through. No clue. We'll just have to.
That means we have to. Can you simulate it for us?
My throat already feels like ground beef, and anything I can do to preserve it, I'm gonna do. I need to preserve my ground beef.
You do.
I'm so far away from you. I was busy trying to get my game sound working, and I just wasn't paying attention to what you were doing. I'm going to go in here and hire a bot, I believe. Hey there. Okay, I've hired a bot.
There you go. I got my first kill. Might be my only one. Let me see where you are here. I'll come to you. At least I'll try to.
Oh my God, I can't believe I killed these people. And since I can't hear anything, I'm having to just rely on the little indicators that come up to tell you when footsteps are nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah, that would be tough. That's how.
Do you hear? Can you hear your game audio?
I can. Yeah.
Well, why isn't it coming into the mix? Do you know?
Mine? Yeah, I know why mine isn't. I've got it set not to.
Oh. Well, it would be comforting if I could at least hear that. But I don't know. Well, it's only going to help me if we're near each other.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to help you that much because it's going to be delayed. Because it's going through OBS.
Yeah, that's right. I cannot believe I didn't die just now.
Oh, what else was I going to... All right, so since we were talking about the Kennedy assassination, just because of its nature of being connected to Kennedy, what do you think about the moon landing? Did it happen?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think about the possibility that at least the very first one didn't, and that was all propaganda because we were in a race with Russia?
Yeah, I think it would be absurd to rule that out, but I think that's not particularly likely. I think if that were, in fact, what happened, I think the Russians would love to have exposed it at the time,
Well,
but they
that's the
never
other
did.
thing too, is that if any of this stuff was true, it would have been exposed. Because why would you? There's no value in holding on to the information, because with the way the world works, and once you're gone, that information no longer holds any value. So if you've got it and you don't use it and you die, you're done. So, and we're at a point now where so few people are still around that would have been part of that.
One of the biggest things that moon conspiracy believers cite are the quote unquote waving flags on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
But the flags, because of the environment, the zero atmosphere environment they were going into, they would have just flopped down when once planted in the ground. So they put a bar going across the top edge of the flag. So basically, the flagpole looked like a kind of like the game. Well, it looked like a 7. Basically, that's what the flagpole
Right.
kind of looked like.
Weapons.
I'm good. And so when your hand is on the flagpole, because
what's Mr. Blasty?
As you turn the flagpole, it'll make the flag look like it's being blown in the breeze.
Mm-hmm.
So people say, well, what is this? How is there a flag blowing on the moon? This is an obvious fabrication. But there's not a single video in existence anywhere at all, period, of one of those flags blowing around without somebody's hand on the shaft.
Oh, really?
Yep. Not one.
These are the things that I've never really looked into, because like I believe for a long time that it's like an unquestioning we did it, just because I believe in science and engineering. And then the more I started to learn about all the different like clear lies that happened as part of the Cold War, there's some people fighting over here if you want to go towards it. Oh, wait, it's a bot. They're fighting against like Krusty or somebody. Oh, nope, there they are. I see him now. They are fighting him, though. Oh, man. I got shot. Oh, dude.
I almost killed him.
That was close.
But not having sound is really messing me up. Why? Why do I not have sound?
What do you normally have sound coming through?
Through the output of my video capture card into an input on my mixer. Oh, you know what? I know why. I think I know why. Do I know why?
I think you do.
I don't know why.
See, I just have my video capture card as a input that I can monitor.
Yeah, I do not know why. It's quite an impairment.
That's the way I played for a while. That's why I know that using your audio is not, like, you using my audio is not the way to go, because I was using yours for a while.
You know, it's Really interesting that I update the firmware on this last night, and now I can't hear my game audio. Is that mere coincidence?
Wait, you updated the firmware on the USB capture device?
No, on the Roadcaster.
Oh, okay. I haven't done mine.
Okay, let me get up and see if this cabling is connected properly.
While you do that, if someone wants to call in using my Roadcaster, go to specsheet.tech and then click on the button that says call in browser, and that will open up it'll direct you to the Rode website, and you can call directly in. I will get an alert on my Roadcaster and I will bring you in. For the moment, don't call our number, which is the call in with the phone number on it, because Michael is busy.
Could you hear that?
I mean, I hear my game, so I don't know. I hear a clicking or like, the static of. Is the Homer in a devil suit? Is that actually a bot, or is it?
I don't know. I'm not looking.
I just meant like as a general question.
I don't know.
Oh, nice shot by that person.
What if I just have a bad cable? Damn it.
Oh, you're using the audio output of the capture.
Yeah.
Into your Rode. I got you now. Okay. I'm just using OBS where I'm capturing the video. I just added another audio output in the audio mixer that's connected to the capture card, and then I hear it through OBS.
I wonder if I just have a bad cable.
I mean, what are the chances, though? I mean, I know it happens, right? But
This is that special cable that I.
Oh, right, the summing.
Yeah, that has a resistor in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well then, all right, I'll accept that because there's
a little complexity in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it's a bit of a quandary, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Okay, hold on.
We went for almost 3 hours in our last.
Did we really?
Yeah, our last show. Which is fine. It was funny watching that Black Ranger go through there, man. Dude's fast.
I'll be right back. Continue commenting.
Dude's like crushing people. I don't think I've ever just watched somebody else play for a while. His character is just so smooth in the way they're moving. I'm interested also in getting back to the idea of modern situations. What is your thought on like the Congress approving the release of the Epstein files? What are your, like, if anything in general, like, do you have an opinion on that? Have you followed it? Might have lost him. I asked one question too many. Oh, headshot. That was wild. And these Rangers, Power Rangers, watch out. Sorry for the quiet nature of this. I'm just watching these people play. And it's so hard to tell with Fortnite. Is somebody a really good player or are they not? Because the person playing as the Black Power Ranger seems to be really fluid in the way they're working, but the Pink Power Ranger, might be a better player. I don't know.
Okay, I'm wondering if I now have game audio. Sure doesn't seem it.
That's awesome. The advantage of seeing. Why are you wasting shots with a shotgun like that? Oh, wow. They won.
This is really odd.
Did you see on, I don't know if you have Xbox Ultimate, but if you do, you now get Fortnite. You get the Battle Pass as part of it.
Yeah, I saw that. They're trying to stop the bleeding.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm telling everybody, go buy Xbox Game Pass Ultimate gift cards because those still are sold at their old price and you can load up on your membership.
Let's see. Let's restart this thing.
I heard that. Did you hear it?
Yeah, that was my phone.
Oh, it was in line with what I was seeing on the screen. I thought
you were joking. I thought
I really thought,
I thought you knew it was my phone.
All right, I think you were away. I had asked what your high level take is on the Epstein files being released and whether there's going to be anything from that. I would refer you to my opinions earlier, but
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be anything earth shattering at all.
I think it goes back. It seems like it should have been, you know, like from, you know, our outsider perspective, the events of what occurred are huge in implication of bad things and perpetrators. But the reality of what we're actually going to get from it, I think, is so lower, you know, like it's not going to, we're not going to get what we think we should. The moment's not going to meet the.
I think that one thing is sure, and that is that there's something we don't know here.
Yeah.
As far as who wants it released, who doesn't want it released, why they want it released, why they don't want it released, I think there's something that we just haven't been told.
Yeah, I think there's a ridiculous amount of things we haven't been told. And I also believe that we're never going to hear it. And it's part of the problem of, you know, the modern world. Are you not in my game? I didn't realize that until just
No,
now.
I'm not. I restarted my PS4.
Okay. But I think there's this whole problem that's always going to exist of there's more to be told than we're ever going to hear, but we're always going to feel like we should get that info, but it's not going to happen. It's just, you either already got it or you're never going to get it. I knew that was going to happen, man.
Mm.
Can you imagine what Bell Gab would have been like, though, in a moment like we we live in today, if it was still at its height?
Yeah, I would imagine it would have been pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, I always wonder. Like, I kind of stopped going to the site just because there's so many other things. But like,
To what site?
to 4chan. You ever go there?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, like the random like theories of whatever's happening in the world that people throw out. It's like, you know, there's and basically I went there because of a UFO conspiracy where someone was claiming to have been an insider in a program and that there was this big massive cover up of capability of alien capability. And like when you read their posts, it's like it's just manic enough and just weird enough to maybe be true, but I doubt it. Like I'm very skeptical that it was true, but it's like, you know, this could be the place where the smoking gun gets posted to, and no one would believe it. But then there's so many other things that are just deranged that it's not worth trying to keep it figured out whether there's a story there. Have you ever seen the movie Signs?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, like the thing that always gets me is the actual video of the alien. Like that just feels so like what it's probably going to be like when, you know, the day that we actually do get some kind of footage.
The subtlety of that moment in that scene, the way the alien was revealed at that birthday party,
Right.
was so perfect.
It was.
And every movie he's made after that has been progressively worse.
Well, that's the problem of capturing some level of success. Like it ends up being like the more success you have, the more it becomes a weight around your neck. that's why I would like to see people get away from this idea that you got to keep repeating what you've done in the past. Like with music, like the same idea there. Like you create an album that's like, one specific album is a masterpiece, and then everything else you have to do has to be a masterpiece. Like, just make the music you enjoy.
I guess maybe he started going downhill at about the time he did that Trees movie where the trees are killing people or something. I never
saw that one.
I didn't either, but that was the one where the chinks in the armor were revealed. A lot of people had mixed thoughts on that.
I would argue that he was already going downhill when Sixth Sense came out. And I liked The Sixth Sense, and I liked Signs. I even sort of liked The Village, and the Lady in the Water or something like that. Wasn't great, but I watched it. I like the world building of it. The thing is, like J.J. Abrams, same idea. They're great at creating a mystery that you want to know more about, but they're really bad at filling in the details of what that world was supposed to be. So like generic world building and creating a lived-in world are two completely different skills, and a lot of people can't pull off either side of that very well. Like, I would argue that that's what makes, and you can roast me and disagree if you want, but makes the original Star Wars, like Episode 4, so interesting, is that it world builds and it tells a story that has a beginning and an end to it in a way that's successful. And it does that hero's journey, natural story, myth building, all of that really well. And I would say that Empire Strikes Back, is a great entry into that world. That's a better movie, but it took a skill that not everybody has. J.J. Abrams, I think, proved with his Star Trek and with his Star Wars efforts. He's built in a bunch of other movies he's made, like what was the one with the Godzilla-like creature? That was him, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, that wasn't Abrams. Cloverfield. I don't think that was Abrams. It was someone else.
I never saw that.
So like, I really liked it, but I liked it because it was like a found footage Godzilla movie.
Oh, that was kind of the thing at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was the movie with the kids that go into the woods and the
Blair Witch? Yeah. I've never seen that, actually.
You know what? The first one you might watch, but I mean, it's. I think it relied on the viewer's initial belief that it might be real footage. It kind of relied on that, which I don't see how anyone could watch that and suspect that it's real footage. I mean, the acting just reveals that for 2 hours straight or 90 minutes straight, however long it is.
Did you just see what I did?
Yeah, I watched that.
That was ridiculous. How bad was that? I didn't lose any health in that process.
By the way, if you want to call in, you can call us up and chat us up about whatever's on your mind. Doesn't really matter what it is. Number is going to be 573-245-3867. 573-245-3867. If you'd like to give us a ring. Nothing else seems to be working here, though, so who's to say we'll even be able to put you on the air? I just, for the life of me, I can't imagine why I don't have game sound. It's just really annoying me.
Yeah. Going back to Kennedy, I'm just looking at where I was looking up that back brace. Isn't it wild how many presidents we've had who've presented themselves as a different version publicly than what they really were? And what I mean by that is like their health, like the way they, I think we probably just guess more presidents have hidden their ailments than haven't.
I would think that would be true of any high visibility, powerful person.
Well, does that basically mean that they've like most high visibility, high power person has been propped up then?
Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but has hidden their ailments, yes.
Yeah, I mean, but he had those ailments all the way back from World War II. So he had to, like, you know, if those ailments were stopping him from being able to be successful, which I doubt they were, because my argument is just be yourself as you are, and we don't need all that extra stuff.
Did you just say you doubt that JFK's ailments were stopping him from being successful?
What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that
He became president. Yeah, I'd say it didn't really stop him.
No, I mean public, like being publicly acknowledging them would have stopped him from being.
Oh,
That's what I mean. Like, I mean, because the same thing in the world we live
see.
today. Like, just be able to be yourself. I get that it was the political climate was the problem, but
yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, presidents have traditionally been tall men, because the physical projection.
I got shot.
Really? Are you down?
Yeah. I thought that was you for a second too. Oh, they're gonna kill me. Mikkel the Great just got me.
Wow. That happened so early.
Yeah, unfortunately I landed in a place that had like a team there. Also, I learned you don't need my reboot card. You can just go to the van.
That's not true, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I was reading about it. Let me double check.
That would be absolute news to me. If you're wondering, it's me playing on the bottom, Curtis is on top, which is exactly the way I like it.
Yeah, that reminds me, because of that, I'm going to move to put you as the primary screen.
What does that do?
Oh, just that. Well, I guess it's not. It's showing. How do I hide? Here, let's try this.
This is one big
now we're just
ass
watching
house.
You.
Yeah?
Let me see if I can get this to work. Hold on.
That's a lot of pressure.
In Fortnite, do I need to have the reboot card to restore someone who has died in the game?
No, it's not.
In the standard Battle Royale mode, the answer is yes, you do need a reboot card to restore a fully eliminated teammate. Here's a quick breakdown of the process. The reboot card. When a teammate is fully eliminated, they drop a reboot card. It looks like a small tablet. The timer. You have a limited time to pick up this card before it disappears. The van. Once you have the card, you need to take it to a reboot van, which are scattered around the map. The reboot. Interact with the reboot van, and it will bring your teammate back into the match. They will spawn with basic gear and health. An important alternative. In recent seasons, a major exception has been added: buying a reboot. At a reboot van, you can often buy an eliminated teammate's reboot card using gold bars, the in-game currency, even if you didn't pick up their dropped card. This gives you another option, especially if their card was in a dangerous or hard-to-reach area. So while you might not need to pick up the physical card anymore, you still need a way to activate the reboot process, which traditionally involves the card or the gold bar purchase as an alternative. Is there anything else you'd like to know about Fortnite's team mechanics or a different part of the game?
So there you go. If you have gold, you can skip my card.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, tell me what the best way to eliminate a player when you're in close range. What weapon should I use, and what tactics? Give it to me as if I know nothing about the game.
That is the heart of combat in Fortnite. Eliminating a player at close range, when you're practically bumping into them, comes down to using the right weapons and following a simple two-step plan. Since you're new, let's break down the best approach for close quarters fighting. The best close-range weapons. When you are face to face with an enemy, you need a weapon that deals high damage very fast. This usually means a shotgun or a submachine gun, SMG. Weapon type. Best for. Why it works. 1. The shotgun. Burst damage. Hits incredibly hard in one single shot. If you can land one shot to the enemy's head, you can often knock out their shields and a lot of health immediately.
Are you down?
Yeah.
2.
I have no weapons, and I'm in the middle of a firefight here.
Very quickly. If you miss your first shotgun blast, you can switch to the SMG and spray the enemy with a constant stream of damage until they are eliminated. It is the king of constant pressure. Your go-to strategy, the 1-2 punch. The absolute best tactic for a beginner is to use both the shotgun and the SMG together. This is called the 1-2 punch.
Oh man,
Punch 1, shotgun.
I didn't last very long.
You fire your
No.
shots. Aim for the head to deal massive damage. 2. Punch 2. SMG. Cleanup. Immediately switch to your SMG and keep firing. This finishes off the player who is stunned and already badly hurt from the shotgun blast. You want to practice switching between these two weapons very quickly. Close range tactics for beginners. The goal is simple. Hit them hard and make yourself hard to hit. 1. Movement is key. The wiggle. Never stand still. When in a close fight, constantly move left and right. This is called strafing. Crouch and jump. Throw in random jumps and quick crouches. This makes it much harder for your enemy to line up a perfect shot on you.
All right, I'm done.
Aiming from the hip. At very close range, do not aim down your sights.
Sounds like Casey Kasem.
Did
And
a
on
little
this
bit of
week's Fortnite Battle Tips Countdown.
Coming to you from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Sending their bullets down the line. How's that person sitting on a... Was that a Tron outfit? Tron totally belongs in this game. Like, there needs to be a complete Tron version, not Simpsons. The Simpsons thing is interesting, but I'm done with this map.
I am too, and there was a major update yesterday. It was like 10 gigabytes. I thought that was the end of the Simpsons map.
Is it I think on the 29th is something Stranger Things, maybe?
I don't know, but I have no idea what Stranger Things even is.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Man. It's good.
We may need to start finding different modes of Fortnite to play.
Yeah. Oh, wait, let me get this back to dual screen and move our order there. You ready to jump? At some point?
I'll just follow you.
There. I marked it. I mark it, dude.
Mark it 0.
Yeah. Over the line.
Bullshit, dude. Mark it 8. Yeah, I forgot it's Walter who says mark it 0.
Yeah.
You are entering a world of pain.
That movie still is worth watching.
It is. I just don't like the way it ends.
Why?
It always leaves me with a hollow feeling like something more needed to happen.
I think it's supposed to be because you just dropped in. So like it's not meant to give you the satisfaction of a good end. It's meant to be like there was a moment you were in it. No one really grew, even though all this stuff happened. Like none of the characters changed from what you saw in that moment.
But it takes the format of a movie.
Well, yeah.
And a movie comes with it certain implications. And one of those is that you'll get an ending that leaves you feeling like there was a reason for your investment. Now, the process of investing along the way in The Big Lebowski is a lot of fun and feels worth it. But then when you get to the end and it's just kind of nothing, it just leaves me so flat-footed.
Yeah, see, I like it for that. I think that's a bold move. And it's like a lot of their movies are like that, where you just drop into this moment of weirdness with these characters, but there's no positive movement. Like the same flawed people are still flawed at the end. Did they learn any lessons? Probably not.
Oh, you got Arby's all over me. Fargo.
I've never seen Fargo.
Oh my God. You know about the Coen brothers and you haven't seen that?
I know. I have a major issue. The more people tell me something is amazing, like while it's, out and it's getting that massive buzz, the less likely I'm going to
Well,
watch it.
Fargo is now coming up on 30 years old, so the buzz is over. You can watch it in peace.
Can I? Okay. I still haven't watched Titanic. Tell me when it's time.
I
I
mean,
don't think it's ever going to be time from when
I think you could pass on that and you'd be all right.
Yeah, that's the contrarian in me that just, if I'm excited about it, or I have some other reason to be on board with it, then sure. But
If they hadn't made Titanic a love story, I think it would be more legendary as a movie than it is. But they just had to make that the foundation of the film.
that gets in the way of so many movies that just don't need.
It's like, why do you think I need that to be entertained? Why do I need that? I need a love story. What am I, 13?
Right. Well, that movie probably was made more for 13-year-olds than. Well, you were probably 13 when it came out, though.
I don't know. When did it come out? Like 96, 98?
Yeah, if that's the case, then you weren't, right. You would have been in high school, I'm assuming, because you're just a little bit younger than me.
I'm so much more youthful.
You are. I agree. There's just something extra in your step that it's been years since I've been able to claim. Is there really no one else over here?
I'm so much more healthy and youthful.
We can hear it in your voice.
I don't do faces. Austin Powers is such a funny film.
It is.
I love it so much.
I haven't seen is the third one Gold Member?
You could skip that one.
Yeah, that's it. I believe Mike Myers really only has two shows he can do for anything. Like Shrek 1 was fine. Shrek 2 was okay. The third one, they probably should have just stayed away from it and not done it.
Really?
And I think the same thing happens with several of his other things too. Like Austin Powers, I'm guessing the same thing. That's why I skipped watching the third one. When I saw the trailer for it, I don't know. Like Dr. Evil was fine. But the Gold Member character basically is, I'm assuming, the replacement for Dr. Evil.
No, he's sort of a joinder.
Okay.
Dr. Evil's in all three.
Is he? Okay, I didn't know that.
It's just such a great character, Dr. Evil. I mean,
I agree.
the voice, the mannerisms, just everything about it. I think Mike Myers, although all accounts seem to be he's a piece of shit to work with.
Is he?
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus, at least.
Well, because
the only reason I say that is I watched a YouTube video about what a pain in the ass Mike Myers was to work with. That is my only source of information, so it could be completely false. I don't know, but it was a pretty lengthy, detailed video of what a prick he is to work with.
Was it AI generated is the question.
No, I don't know. I didn't get the vibe that it was.
Well, like the same Wayne's World. I love Wayne's World.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But Wayne's World 2 is, obviously there's a drop in quality, even though I still love it. And if they had done a Wayne's World 3, I probably would have skipped it for the same reasons. That's just the way I roll.
Listen, Curtis, you have a system. Who's going to judge you for that?
Yeah, I'm not going to watch a movie people say are good. It's never failed me. I've never watched a bad movie as a result of it. No, I take it back. I have watched one bad movie. Have you ever gone to the theater, paid money to go see a movie, and then leave, like before the movie's over?
Yes.
What movie?
It was Dumb and Dumber 2, not the one with Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey, but it was a few years after the original Dumb and Dumber. Mm-hmm. They came out with something called Dumb and Dumber 2, T-O.
I did not know this. I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Well, when you look at the, let's go up this rope here.
Okay.
When you look at the cover on the movie poster, the picture of Lloyd and Harry, it's two guys who look like Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey, but their faces are like smashed up against glass. So you can't really tell that it's not them, that it's two completely different actors. Yeah. And so I went to see this piece of shit movie, and about 45 seconds into the movie, I came to the realization, this does not have Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey in it. I'm taken aback. And I got up and walked out.
That's great.
That's the only time I recall doing that. I don't know that I've ever done that otherwise.
They have some good weapons. Did you get them?
I got a weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I made sure not to take any.
Why?
No, I meant like there's a good
What's
one.
wrong with you? Take some weapons.
Well, no, I'm happy with what I've got. That's what I'm.
Let's go this way.
All right.
We need to kind of try and stay in between these two red circles on the map.
Yeah. A movie that I walked out on was, I think it was called The Cell with Jennifer Lopez.
Shit.
Did you fall into it?
I fell down the cliff.
Oh.
I'm stuck on the rocks.
But there's this movie, The Cell, that was so bad. Like, a movie will have its opening part where it's setting up the idea or the premise. I didn't get past that point.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh gosh, I got killed I'm being carried by somebody down the hill. They're going to throw me into I knew it.
Into what?
They're trying to throw me out of the circle. They're enjoying my destruction. And that's not even who you're fighting. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I died.
So, yeah, Dumb and Dumber 2, T.O. That really pissed me off. It was such a blatant ripoff. Just such a blatant manipulation.
I'm trying to think if I've ever watched a movie like that. Where
I can't even believe it made it to theaters.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually in legitimate theaters. I don't know how that happened.
I also walked out on Clear and Present Danger, but that wasn't my fault.
Who's in that?
That's Harrison Ford. I think he's the president. No, he's Jack Ryan. And there's something happening on the Air Force One that he's helping with, or like he's got to deal with it. And I love those. Like Jack Ryan movies are great, most of them. But anyway, I took my girlfriend on a date to go see that movie, and she wasn't into those kind of movies at all, which are just slow thrillers. And so she was super annoyed.
Is that why you broke up, Curtis?
No, that wasn't it. It was what happened afterwards.
What happened?
I don't even remember.
I want to know.
This would have been, let's see, that would have been high school, early high school.
Just tell me what she did.
I'm trying to think. What would she have done?
I need to know.
Oh, actually, I do have a fun story with this one. And so like we didn't break up for a little while after that, where we left that movie, you know, like that was I just jumped, by the way. Leaving a movie is that's a step I can't support, but I did. But anyway, yeah, years later, I suspected that, like, so she was working as a waitress at a restaurant, and you can just kind of tell when something's weird, even if they don't want to admit it. It's like, yeah, you're doing something. Oh man, I'm gonna die as I'm trying to tell a story. Well, I ended up becoming friends with one of her coworkers, and he was a cool enough dude, and we're hanging out and drinking, and he just tells me straight up, this is what I this is what's happened, and that he was the perpetrator of it. And I'm like, you know what? That's pretty stand up that he just told me that. It's like, and the dude's nice enough. I don't care. I'm just gonna move on. I don't need the stress. And so we broke up. And I'm sure she had a reason that I sucked too. But
oh no,
oh no, trust me, I'm sure.
That's not possible, Curtis. Stop it. How could anyone not love you?
Oh, trust me, there's a line of them that don't.
I'm talking to you like Jerry Seinfeld's mom talks to him.
I know. I feel it. I feel the need to explain that no, you're not correct. I can't say that I deserve to always be hated, but I am.
Never by me, Curtis. Know this. Are you alive?
Yeah, I am. I'm barely. I need to find some shield and some crusty burgers or something. I don't know. Cannot sprint because I'm low energy. I wish it would stop telling me that. I don't want to hear that I'm low energy. See, that's the thing, is she told me I was low T. I was like 15, but I was low T.
Can you come to me?
Yep, I'm working my way that direction.
I'm kind of pinned down here.
Yeah, just a moment. I think I'm going to come over to you. I guess I'm farther away than I thought.
I'm inside this building. You're close. Are
Yeah.
you above me?
Oh, there's someone over here. Are you up high?
I'm down on like the first floor.
Oh, okay. Well, oh gosh. Nope, I'm dead. There you are. Okay. There's footsteps, so watch out.
Come on.
If you would like to come up with reasons why someone should break up with me, then feel free to call in at
Take that shield, Curtis.
Oh yeah, duh. Sorry, that didn't help us. Ugh.
Wow. You're being very inconspicuous.
I know.
All right, they're coming up here to get this reboot card. Or are they?
How can you see it?
Well, I saw the footsteps earlier.
Yeah.
But I can't see the reboot card, but we killed somebody up here, so there's definitely a reboot card here.
Yeah. Is the storm coming? Okay, we're okay.
Yeah, we're fine. For 1 minute, we're fine.
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I can raid from this place. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Like that girl said to me all those years ago, let's get out of here.
Are you sure she didn't say get out of here?
No, she did. No. Well, I mean, in the movie, like, so here's the thing is like, she wanted to get out of there and not watch a boring movie. But then not that long later, she decided to say, get out of here. This other guy is way cooler than you. And I get it because I thought he was cool too.
Hey, can you come over here to me?
Maybe if I can remember where you are. There you are. Okay. I really need some health.
I have it. If you can just come over here to me and keep me from dying.
I'm almost there. Are you under attack?
Yeah.
Okay. What was it that they said to do? Move to the left and right? Oh, that didn't help any. Did I distract them enough? Okay, good. Revive me, please. If you can.
Oh, shit.
Keep going.
You can do it, Curtis.
I'm so close. Oh, dude, 22. I could have used that shield and everything earlier, though.
Here.
Well, let's get out of the storm first.
We're good. Almost.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, stand next to me.
There we go.
Let me use this, and I'll give the rest to you.
Can I get some energy? No, I guess not. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
That hit the spot, but it didn't.
We need to keep running.
Yeah. Can we go across this? Would that keep us? Yeah, I'm going. Where are you? Did I lose you?
I'm headed right into the next circle. See me?
Let's say I'm working my way. I'm pretty close to the circle now.
Do you see me on the map?
Yeah, I do. You're behind me, it looks like. Let me try to get some stuff here. I don't feel as though I have the greatest of weapons right now. So.
Oh, I don't either.
All right, so you are down. Are you down?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a car.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you, isn't it?
No.
Okay, they just passed me. Do you want to go follow them? Or just wait here a moment?
Maybe we should try. getting on these power lines. Oh, never mind. Here comes the storm. Wow, they're shooting at you from way up there on the hill.
Yeah. I see it now. Oh, dude.
Okay.
All right, one more. This
Son
has
of a
not
bitch.
been our greatest.
No, it hasn't.
I like the name of that person, though. Masked Up Menace.
Man, there's no sound really, just blows.
Yeah, we gotta get that fixed. That person was a really good shot too.
I wonder if
really need
that
it.
capture card has its own audio device.
Yeah, I mean, like I would just recommend going to your audio mixer on OBS and adding, if you go to advanced properties, add as your mic aux2 the card. Let me go to what I'm doing here. Yeah, and so I added on the mic aux2 the capture card, and I put it to only to monitor only. I guess what happens if I do this? Can you hear my audio now?
No.
Oh yeah, you won't, because that's the virtual.
Even if I do that, I'm going to be hearing delayed audio.
Yeah, I don't love that idea. Oh, you can have a fry skin? I want that.
Working my way back to you, babe.
Let's go to the Springfield sign.
Okay. Wherever it is. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I got our shotguns from this.
Okay.
No, I'm open to wherever you want to go.
Well, I want to find some weapons.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the top of the hill up here. See what I can't round up. Come over here next to me. I'll use that first.
All right.
Is that all you have?
Yep. Better than nothing. That's what she told me back then.
She told you what?
Better than nothing. I took it as a compliment. I really think it had to have been.
That's how I've always felt being with me in a relationship is it's better than nothing. I mean, I'm not saying it's the greatest experience, but
Right.
if you had absolutely nothing, it might be better.
Nothing is not a guarantee of anything, though. So, like with you, it's a guarantee that they have you.
Which is better than nothing.
Exactly. It's a non-zero chance of potentially having a good time.
Having a good time.
Yes.
That's what I'm all about. And
No,
I
but-
really love to have a good time. I highly recommend Behind the Candelabra. If you haven't seen that, it's that HBO
Is that
movie
the one
about
with-
Liberace.
with Matt Damon and Michael.
Yeah,
Is it Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
And I just love to have a good time.
I don't know that I can bring myself to watch Michael Douglas
It's such a great movie.
because he really commits to the part, right?
It's you know what's odd is it's this made for HBO movie. It's not even something that appeared in theaters.
Mhm.
This is in my top 5 all-time favorite movies.
That's wild.
It really is.
Give me a crusty burger.
Working my way back to you, babe. Behind the Candelabra. It's absolutely on my recommendation list.
I can't think of an equivalent movie that I've seen that I would say you have to see it. The Birdcage.
That's a good one. Isn't that the one where they have to stay blindfolded?
I don't remember. It's
The
been so long since
Birdcage.
I've seen
Like
it.
she, anyone who sees this thing dies.
Oh no. What is that movie though? That's the one with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen the movie, but
I think
know
that's
that-
the Birdcage. I think that's what the premise is.
No, the Birdcage that I was
Oh,
meaning
shit.
was the one with where are you? Are you
Maybe that's Bird Box.
something like that? Yeah, because like what I'm talking about is like takes place in I think Miami with oh gosh, Nate, can't think of what his last name is now, but Robin Williams and yeah, I can't remember who all's in it, but it's funny.
Dude, I'm trying to go to you, and then you're running away from me.
I was trying to get to you. Oh gosh, these bot things annoy me. Oh, there's someone behind us. I'm glad that I actually did stop because they're on their way. I feel as though I injured one of them, but I did not win. Hey, good job.
Thank you. My only triumph of this evening.
It was fun to just go sit beside them. Thank you.
Working my way back to
I'm
you,
glad I
babe.
kept these crusty burgers now.
I'm definitely taking this ray gun.
Oh, there was one nice, yeah.
Do you need health?
Yeah,
There you go.
thank you.
And guess you're good on shield.
Yeah, this will. Oh gosh, here comes somebody. Oh, we're right in the middle of. Let's get out of here. I say we go inside here.
Let's go up here on the cables.
Yep.
Hitch a ride. We need to go this way.
All right.
It's hard to jump onto this next one.
I didn't want the weapon that I just got. Yeah, let me get up here. All right.
Try and jump before you get to the end of it so you can land on the top.
All right. Damon the... Oh, gosh. I was reading the chat. Damon the pilot. Is that the Damon I think it is? Now, which one are we going to?
I'm
Who's
sure it
shooting at
is. I don't know. We're being shot at?
Yeah.
Where from?
let's
Let's
go
go
ahead
down
and
and deal with business.
If that's Damon the pilot, you need to go to specsheet.tech and then call in either through the call in browser or phone number. You pick your poison. I don't want to hear this evil Homer thing. Where did I lose you to? Are you ahead of me or nope? Are you going to fight Homer or?
No. Here's somebody.
Oh gosh. How about he's going to fight me?
Ah, shit, I'm down. And I'm dead. I'm dead.
Okay. Well, I've got Homer trying to kill me, unfortunately.
Thank you for calling the spec sheet. You're on the air. Hello, hello.
Where are you?
Well, why is this person not being heard? Unless they're just not saying anything.
All right, let's do one more.
Hey, Curtis, call the show phone number.
All right. Five 7324538.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's not working. Okay. Curtis?
Yep, I hear you.
You hear me through my mic? No, this is not working the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
Okay,
so,
we're not going to be able to take calls.
Well, you can try to call from the other link. So go to
try that.
and then click on the call in browser. That will bring up a web page that you can do a direct browser to browser call using the amazing web RTC protocol. And that'll help me remember how to actually do this. But click on call in browser. If you're on a desktop, you'll see that button right under TikTok. If you're on mobile, it's probably the last one on the list. Let's take a look and see. Because again, tonight is brought to you by Responsive Web Design. Nope, it's the third icon on mobile. But give us a call. Call in now.
Everything has gone haywire with my mixer. I mean,
that's since the firmware upgrade.
Yes.
Update? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's really upsetting. I think I may, sometimes after a couple of firmware updates, I'll just do a full blast factory reset on this mixer.
It's like Windows. Sometimes you just got to do that. All right, Damon, I'm counting on you. Call in or use that button. Let me know how it works.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to have to do. I don't think there's any other option.
Again, go to specsheet.tech. Click call in -browser under the where to watch section.
See my marker?
Yeah. On my way. On my way. That marker's not going to be my triangle window. Man, I'm like super curious how well that call me thing is going to work. Oh, good. I'm running right into a group of people.
Cool.
What are all these homers? Come on, leave me alone. Homer's just all around me now. I'm going to die.
Are you?
Yeah. What's the deal with all the zombie homers? I want a donut. Just got shot in the butt. And I just died. All right. So Damon tried and said it was unavailable. Let's see. Is it a new code? Not the one that I had done earlier. Let's see. Oh, yeah. You know what? You have been misled. Let me edit that link. It is
Did the
changed.
Homer kill you?
No. Someone was following me. That is HA7QHX. Update website. Give it just a moment, Damon. As soon as I alert you, go back and try to click it again. Or you don't have to wait for me. If you want to type in the code, that part at the end of it, you want it to be HA, that's H as in Henry, A as in Adam, 7Q.
So they don't make a link where the caller doesn't have to type in a code?
Well, they want you to type that code in or use a QR code. Or
They don't just have a link that anyone who clicks it is going to be on.
No, I had to figure out on my own that you could attach it to the end of it. But no, they just give you a URL that you can use and you type in the code, and then I put a link on our website. So now go to the website, Damon, refresh it. And now if you hover over call in browser, it should, oh, no, never mind. Hold on. It did not pick up. Problems with Bluetooth keyboards here. It didn't pick up my first couple keystrokes. So just a moment. The HA was missed. It's publishing now. All right, this will be our last one if we get a call in. Yeah, all right. So now go ahead and try to browse it now. Again, reload it so you get the latest. But the URL you should have at the end of it HA7QHX. If you click on that, it'll be pre-populated for you to be able to call.
So in that case, if you put the code in the URL, they don't have to type it.
Right.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, but they don't tell you that. Here we go. We got our call coming in.
Yeah,
Let's
they
see how this
should tell
goes.
you that. That's pretty important shit.
All right. Can you hear us? Oh, great. I accepted the call. It says connecting.
I wish I would have done a factory reset on my Rodecaster prior to this. Mistake.
Why does it say connecting? Can you hear us? No, it still says connecting. Let me hit cancel.
It's probably his Usenet.
Yeah. It's just sitting there saying connecting. That's great. So I am now forever connected to Damon. There we go. Incoming connection.
Did you jump yet?
No, it just jumped for me. Oh, good. I'm right beside somebody. It still says connecting. Let me hit cancel again.
See my marker?
Hold on. Yeah, I do. One of us is having internet issues, I think. Because I can't even cancel it now. Try to call in again. Yeah, I think it is based on FireFub OS, which we are going to be releasing FireFub AI very soon.
A couple quarters ago, we introduced FubNet, which is our server infrastructure. And
Yes.
it's a little unpredictable. Look, you want the fub,
But you don't get the net. All right, try again. Try one more time.
I just screwed up.
I need a gun.
Let me try plugging this in one more time. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I think I may need to do. Let me try it again. Okay, say something. Yeah, see, the problem is you're coming through the speaker on my phone, but you're not going into the mixer. And I don't know why. Hold on. Let me try something.
Well, go ahead and try the
Okay,
call me.
say something now. Yeah, same. Son of a bitch.
Grab your FUB phone and call the Roadcaster one more time. Let's just.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Now you're in the mixer.
Okay.
But I think you're listening to the stream, and I can hear what I said to you.
I just muted it right
Turn
now.
down your radio, please.
Please mute your line.
So how are you guys doing today?
Who is this, Damon?
Yeah, this is Damon from Belgab.
Hi, Damon. How's it going?
I like to think of you as more than just Belgab. So
yeah, you're
it's
more.
Good that you guys are still alive.
There's more
it's
to
good
you
that you guys
than
are still
that.
alive and kicking. Okay.
I might be. I don't really know. I think I might be.
Yeah, I saw you guys are online, so I might as well call in and see if you guys are still alive and kicking. And let you know I'm still alive and kicking.
It'd be really awesome if it turned out that these live streams we've been doing have just been AI and we actually both died in a car accident in 2019.
Yeah, in a plane accident for.
Why were we in a car together? Where were we going?
I thought the Belgab protocol was
you guys
and I
don't
would
want to
never
die
be
because that means Stalky would have won.
Oh, he's already won. Like he's been playing chess this whole time while we've been playing, I don't know, tiddlywinks. You tell me what we've been playing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Do you hear Curtis?
Okay. No, I don't hear Curtis.
You don't hear Curtis?
That's actually a better stream.
No, I hear you, not Curtis.
Well, you should hear both of us. Shit.
So,
yeah, Curtis has been talking to you in the middle of all these gaps, and apparently you don't hear him. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a factory reset on my mixer. I did a firmware update last night, and I have no game audio. Nothing seems quite to be working right.
Tell him to call back in.
Yeah, try that. Okay, so what you need to do, Damon, go to specsheet.tech, and that link Curtis referred you to earlier, it was messed up. He's now fixed it, and you should, in theory, now be able to just click on it and it'll load up.
Okay, I'll hang up on the phone and I'll go to the website and hit join call.
Yeah, give that a shot. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right, bye.
See you. Talk.
I'm very annoyed. I've changed nothing with
All
my
right, let's see what we
mixer.
got
All I
here.
did. Do you hear me, Curtis?
I do, yeah.
Okay. I've changed nothing with my mixer other than doing a firmware update.
Can you hear us? Man, I don't think he can.
Damon, can you hear me? So is he connected to you now? Through that link?
No. And I'm dead now.
Yeah.
It just says connecting. I don't get it. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to change the code. I'm dead too, by the way.
Yeah, we're both dead. Both in game and spirit.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
It's been real.
Oh, there we go. We're connected now.
Are we really?
Can you talk, Damon?
I don't hear him.
I don't either. Hello. I'm getting no levels from him, but it says we're connected.
You know, if you don't mind, I'm willing to do a factory reset on my mixer right now.
Hold on just a minute. I'm going to go to the lobby because I just am. I don't think we're going to be successful if I'm trying to do both at the same time. Damon, can you hear me? All right.
Yes, it's just nothing's going to happen. I think I'm done.
I just rated my experiences. Oh, he could hear me. All right. He's calling back in. Hold on. Is this a routing issue? Okay. So you say you can hear me. Wow. Okay. I hung up on it though. It still says connecting. But somehow he can hear. All right. Yeah. Let's just both power cycle our roadcasters and let's just see. Let's stay connected though during it. 3, 2,
Well,
1.
when you do that, Restream is no longer going to see the audio device it's using. At least on my end, it won't.
Right.
I don't know what that's going to do, but we'll find out.
Yeah. All right, Damon, if you can hear me, try that again. And just double check. Looks like I do have audio in general. Yeah, Damon, do me a favor. Call back one more time. All right. I see your call coming in. See it trying to connect. Why does it take so long to connect? I don't know what happened there. Try one more time. I'd like to know whether this is an audio thing or an internet issue or what. See that it's trying to connect. I'll try to call on my phone now. Okay. It's working for me. So at least on my network, I'm working. And that seemed like it works pretty well on the phone. Try to call, like, I don't know what device you're calling in from, Damon, but I just tried that on my iPhone browser. Try to call from that, not from a desktop. And it connected directly. All right, I see your connection. Hey, there you are.
Can you hear me?
I do, yes.
What device you're calling in from, Damon?
So how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I tried to went to use my phone to call in to the road thing you guys are communicating on instead of my laptop.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Although, are you on speakerphone?
Yes, I am.
All right, because I can hear myself coming back.
Okay, well, I'll take you off a speaker then.
Okay, cool. There's nothing worse than hearing me twice.
Okay, if I can find how to do that.
And maybe Michael will be back in a moment. Man, there's very little delay.
Yeah, I just don't want you guys to die because I don't want Falky to win.
What I was saying is that Foggy's already won.
Okay.
Oh, what's that?
So,
What was that?
I don't know.
Was that in this device or something happening around you?
I don't know.
This is the first time we've called through this. So I don't know what just happened there.
Yeah, so it's like the good old days of doing the spec sheets or the Bell Gab sheet, whatever.
Gabcast?
Yeah, Gabcast.
Yeah, this is the spiritual successor. Just include. Have you joined any of our streams in the past?
I listened to it. I'd never called in. This is like the first time in a long time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just added. Yeah, so I cannot hear you, Michael. You're muted, so you might need to check your restream. Like input. Yeah, so it's like a Gamcast, but with some.
Okay, there we go.
Fortnite to keep it going.
You hear me now, don't you?
Yeah, because I just have to go on YouTube and I saw you guys are live. So I said I might as well check it out.
Yeah, so tell us how
Isn't it impressive?
Everything's doing pretty good, so can't complain.
That's good. You working on a top secret UAVs?
Oh no.
Have you seen any?
I saw a lot of weird stuff, but not. I don't know what they were.
Yeah.
Most likely, 99% of the time, it's just man-made stuff.
Yeah, that's what I would assume most of it is.
So,
Did you hear the beginning of the show when we were talking about the Kennedy assassination?
no, I didn't catch that part.
Okay, well, do you think there's a conspiracy behind his death or his assassination?
No, I don't think there's really too much into it. I think all the conspiracy nuts like to mix stuff with blow things out of proportion.
Yeah, it just makes it keeps the story going, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. So you guys
Oh
are
my
doing this
gosh, bro!
Yeah.
We've been doing
literally
it
just filled
every
out
week.
a freaking screenshot, and you look even more
Okay.
dead.
and multiple times throughout the week too. So like, yeah, we've been more active with it.
Okay, so next time I see you guys online doing this, I'll jump in then.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
Great. See ya. Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
There's this one, and then there's
Yeah, it looks
this
like
one.
Michael's still having issues, so we will talk to everybody later. Have a good night. Till next time.